particular encounter. Promises to be interesting, I must say. Alright, still talking about the NPFL this morning. Before we take the fixtures, a couple of news for you. Ahead of their crucial match, the 36th fixture against Kwara United, the Niger State government has announced an incentive package for Niger Tornadoes players and their officials. The chairman of the Niger State Sports Commission, Danjuma Abdulmasu, disclosed the financial motivation package as part of efforts to boost the morale of the team ahead of the important encounter. According to the breakdown, players will receive 100,000 naira for every goal scored and assists provided during the game. The technical crew has also been promised a reward of 500,000 naira, while support staff members are expected to earn 100,000 naira. The initiative is aimed at encouraging the Minabase side to secure maximum points against Kwara United as the NPFL season approaches its final stages. While Niger Tornadoes are expected to battle fiercely for a positive result as they continue their push to finish the campaign strongly. Alright, let's take a look at what to expect in the NPFL this weekend. Of course, matches will be played tomorrow. The games will be played tomorrow. Barrow FC will take on the Academy Warriors 4 p.m. later tomorrow. In the Nagwa, it's Bayelsa United versus Rangers International. Benin Insurance are up against Katsina United. Eimba will slug it out with defending champions, struggling or fumbling defending champions, Remo Stars. Kun Khalifat will take on Kano Pillars Football Club. Niger Tornadoes are up against Kwara United. Rivers United will take on Abia Warriors. Shooting Stars will be at home against Nasarawa United tomorrow at 4 p.m. Wolves will take on Plateau United while Kudu City will on Tuesday take on a Wiki Tourist Football Club. Let's take a look at the current standings. Rangers still top the park. Rangers still top the park in the NPFL as we speak. After 35 rounds of matches, they've got 59 points, 1 point more than second place Rivers United. We've got 58 points. Kogi City, they are third at the moment with 55 points, same as the fourth placed Abia Warriors, who also have 55 points. Shooting Stars are fifth at the moment with 54 points. National United are sixth with 53 points. Benin Insurance are seventh at the moment with 52 points. Katsina United occupy the 8th position with 49 points. Plateau United are 9th on the table with 47 points. Barrow FC, they are 10th on the table with 46 points. Academy Warriors occupy the 11th position with 46 points. Kano Pillars occupy the 12th position with 45 points. Eimba, they are 13th at the moment. Struggling big time. Struggling to make the top half of the table. They've got 43 points. Niger Tornadoes are 14th on the table with 43 points as well. Same as Kwara United, who are 15th. Remo Stars also with 43 points are 16th. Funny enough, Remo Stars, they've got the same point as 17th place Wolves, who are in the relegation water. So Remo Stars, they are not yet safe from relegation. Kun Khalifat, Bayelsa United and Wiki Tourist occupy the 18th, 19th and 20th position respectively. What is the state of play in the Nigeria Premier Football League at the very moment? Let's touch on the Federation Cup this morning. Well, the Nigerian Football Federation has officially confirmed the fixtures for the playoff round of this year's President's Federation Cup, marking the start of the national competition following the conclusion of state FA Cup competitions across the country, where winners and runners-up emerged. The tournament will commence with playoff matches billed for Wednesday, the 6th of May, at various venues nationwide. Or in a statement signed by Ruth David, the NFF's Director of Competitions, both the men's and women's categories will kick off simultaneously across designated centers. In one of the headline fixtures, Lagos-based G12 FC will face Osun State champions, that's Dokal Kariru Football Club, at the MKO Abiola Sport Arena in Abeokuta. Elsewhere, Ondo champions Sunshine Stars under 19 are set to take on Ekiti Harmonies FC in Oshogbo. Other fixtures in the men's category include Westgate FC of Edo against Amanda Football Club of Anambra in Enugu, while Zamfara United feeders will clash with Kanta Warriors of Kebbi in Sokoto. Adamawa Academy are billed to face El Kanemi Junior from Borno in Bauchi, and Sporting Supreme Under 19 of Abuja will travel to Lafia for a tie against Renas FC of Kogi State. In the women's competition, several intriguing matchups have also been confirmed. NAF, that's Nigeria Air Force Queens Football Club of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, will take on Model Queen FC of Kwara, while Kada Queens FC from Kaduna will face Plateau's Mighty Jets Mata FC. Bayelsa Princesses FC are drawn against Ikukoma F Queens FC of Imo, and Zoha Queens FC of Enugu will meet Estonton FC of Ebonyi. The playoff round serves as the gateway to the main draw of Nigeria's oldest domestic cup competition, as teams across the country vie for a place in the next stage. Let's move straight to the camp of the Flamingos this morning. That's Nigeria's under-17 women's national team, and the Flamingos they were held to a 1-1 draw by Real Rising Stars in a friendly encounter played yesterday at the FIFA Goal Project in Abuja. Well, after a goalless first half, good luck broke the deadlock in the 60th minute of the game to give the Flamingos the lead. However, Real Rising Stars responded late in the game with Mary Dustin finding the equalizer in the 79th minute of the encounter to ensure both sides share the spoils. The result marked the Flamingos' third preparatory fixture as they continue their build-up. The team had recorded emphatic victories in their previous friendlies, trashing Generation Next 6-0 before securing a 7-0 win over Nazareth Queens. Despite the draw, the Flamingos remain in strong form, having demonstrated attacking prowess and defensive discipline across their series of friendly matches. Alright, let's track Nigeria footballers across Europe this morning. We're approaching the summer transfer window, and of course a lot of rumors left, right and center. Victor Osimhen has effectively ruled out a potential move to European heavyweight, reaffirming his commitment to Galatasaray amid sustained transfer interest from clubs including FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. The Super Eagles striker, who has enjoyed a prolific spell in Turkey, stated that he feels settled in Istanbul and has no immediate intention to leave in the club. His comments come against the backdrop of growing speculation linking him with a summer transfer to several top sides in Europe. Osimhen has emerged as one of the most in-demand forwards in European football, having recorded an impressive return of 57 goals and 15 assists in 72 appearances for his club this season. While his performances have drawn attention from elite clubs, but the 27-year-old insists that his focus remains firmly on his current team. That will be a major blow to interested clubs, I must say. Osimhen's stance represents a significant challenge for interested clubs. Both Barcelona and Real Madrid were reported to have monitored his performance during Galatasaray's high-profile debut against Fenerbahce. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see how all of these transfers eventually pan out. Alright, let's move on this morning. Salim Fagulawala has ruled out of the upcoming Unity Cup due to injury, dealing a setback to the Nigerian national football team. The 23-year-old forward sustained the injury in March during Victoria Pleasant's 2-0 victory over Bohemians Praha. The setback has since sidelined him from competitive action, including Nigeria's recent international friendlies against Iran and Jordan, according to Czech regional publication. Lawal has not recovered in time and is expected to miss the remainder of the season. The striker was part of Nigeria's squad at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, and his absence will be a major blow as the team prepares for the Unity Cup. The tournament is billed to begin on Tuesday, the 26th of May in Charlton, with Nigeria set to face Zimbabwe national team in the opening semi-final fixtures. Well, still checking out Nigerian footballers this morning. Well, let's talk about the friendly. Fulham midfielder Alexander Iwobi has been ruled out of Nigeria's upcoming international friendlies against Poland and Portugal due to injury. According to report, the 28-year-old suffered hamstring problem that is expected to keep him sidelined for the remainder of the season, casting major doubts over his availability for the Super Eagles fixtures build for June. Head coach Eric Schell is understood to be aware of the situation and has started considering alternatives. One of the options is Derby County midfielder, that's David Ozo, who is currently awaiting international clearance to represent Nigeria. Ozo, on loan from Crystal Palace FC to Derby County, has impressed greatly this season. It's one of the players that Eric Schell is actually looking at this morning. Well, let's talk about continental football. The 2026 Futsal Africa Cup of Nations, originally billed for April in Morocco, has been postponed to October 12th to 21st, according to confirmation from CAF this morning. The decision was not accompanied by a formal public announcement, instead being communicated through internal channels, a move that has drawn criticism from stakeholders across the continent. Alright, from there, let's check out stories from other sports this morning. Nigeria made a dominant start to the African Senior Wrestling Championships in Alexandria, sweeping 4 gold medals on the opening day of the women's event on Friday. The country won 4 of the 5 available gold medals, underlining its intent in the race for continental supremacy, as reigning African champion Esther Oluyole led the charge with a commanding display. Competing in the 62 kg category, Oluyole overpowered South Africa's Kathleen Swan 10 love by superiority to clinch her 5th African title, reinforcing her status as one of the continent's leading wrestlers. Earlier, Ogbosanya Christiana set the tone for Nigeria's strong start, winning the nation's first gold of the competition. Jumoke Adekoye continued the winning momentum in the 57 kg division, securing a solid 8-4 victory over Algeria's Achuaka Tekhouk. Well, a lot happening right there. And trust us for more updates. Quick break on the show this morning. We'll be back. It's still Spotted Beat on Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Nàìjíríà, ilẹ̀ tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ tó sì ń gbé ní ìrẹ́pọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n báwo la ṣe lè fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ àti pé báwo la ṣe lè ní àǹfààní sáwọn tó ṣe pàtàkì. Ẹ wá gbọ́, àgbékalẹ̀ ìwé ẹ̀rí àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan POA lábẹ́ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àdúgbò tó ń gbé wà fún ìdàgbàsókè àti ètò ààbò tó fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fojú inú wò ìwé ẹ̀rí àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé rẹ tó dájú tó sì jẹ́ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ tó wà, ìrọ̀rùn gbáà ni.
Pẹ̀lú ìwé ẹ̀rí mi tuntun ó rọrùn fún mi láti yáwó ní báńkì mi, wọ́n rí àrídájú ibi tí mò ń gbé, inú mi sì dùn gan.
Mo lo tèmi fún okòwò mi, ó yára ó sì dájú, kódà àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wọn ràn mí lọ́wọ́ láti tọ́ mi sọ́nà. Ìforúkọsílẹ̀ àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé rẹ jẹ́ ètò tó dájú tí ó sì lè ṣe àwọn àǹfààní sílẹ̀ fún gbogbo ènìyàn. Ìwé ẹ̀rí yìí yóò dáàbò bo ọjọ́ ọ̀la rẹ, yóò fòpin sí ìwà ọ̀daràn tí ètò ààbò tó péye yóò sì wà pẹ̀lú fún gbogbo ènìyàn. Fi ìwé ẹ̀rí àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé rẹ hàn lónìí, jẹ́ ká jọ gbé orílẹ̀-èdè yìí gòkè àgbà. Kàn sí àwọn ilé ìfìwéránṣẹ́ àti ibùgbé ìforúkọsílẹ̀ tá a ti yà sọ́tọ̀.
Ìkéde ìwà láti ọ́fíìsì akọ̀wé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí, NIPOST àti ALGON.
Thank you very much on to Oluyole FM 98.5. Please listen to this announcement. A public lecture titled Unlocking Okeogun Economic Potentials for Regional Advancement and Statewide Prosperity will hold on Saturday, the 2nd of May 2026 by 11 a.m. at the Ogunlana Hall of the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. It is to be delivered by Professor Sifao Adejumo of the Department of Crop Protection and Environmental Biology, Faculty of Agriculture of University of Ibadan. The program is being organized by the National Association of Shaki Elite Ibadan Chapter and attendance is free. Announcer, National Association of Shaki Elites, Ibadan Chapter.
Glad to have you back. It's still Spotted Beat on Oluyole 98.5 FM. All right, let's check out athletic stories this morning. The Director General of the National Sports Commission, Bukola Olopade, has conveyed President Bola Tinubu's message of support to Team Nigeria ahead of the World Athletics Relays in Gaborone, urging the athletes to compete with pride and deliver stronger performances. Olopade expressed the athletes and officials on Friday following their final training session in Botswana, stressing the importance of the competition both as a major event and as a qualification pathway for future global championships. He highlighted the significance of athletics to Nigeria's sporting success, noting its consistent contribution to national development and international recognition, while also reflecting on his personal experience with the competition. Olopade further underlined the importance of the relays within Nigeria's sporting culture, describing them as a focal point at major multi-sport events and emphasizing the qualification stakes attached to the competition. Delivering the president's message, Olopade urged the athletes to compete with determination and a strong sense of responsibility, calling on them to represent multiple layers of identity and expectation. He also conveyed the goodwill of the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, who sent his best wishes to the team ahead of the competition. Nigeria have won only 2 medals at the event, a bronze in 2014 and gold in 2015. They are among a few countries competing in all 6 events at this edition, where qualification places 4 major global competitions are at a stake. Of course, we wish our boys all the very best. Just a quick one on that one. Holding in Gaborone, Botswana, Nigeria's sprint relay team, led by Enoch Adegoke and Favor Ashe, will face a stern test against defending champions South Africa and other leading nations in the men's 4x100 meter heat at the World Athletics Relay in Gaborone later on today. Drawn in heat 3, Nigeria will compete against India, Poland, Brazil, China, South Africa, Ghana, and Great Britain and Northern Ireland in one of the most competitive races of the opening round. But we wish our boys all the best. We trust them to get the job done for Team Nigeria. Well, from athletics, let's cross to the world of basketball, where Macton Flyers' hopes of reaching the Basketball Africa League playoffs suffered a major setback yesterday after an 86-77 point defeat to Club Africain left the Nigerian side on the brink of elimination with 1 game remaining. The loss marks a 3rd consecutive defeat for the Flyers, who have now fallen to a 1-3 record in the Sahara Conference and sit 5th in the standings, outside the top 4 required to qualify for the Kigali playoffs. Well, wish them all the very best. Mactown will face AS Ville de Dakar in their last game on Sunday by 3 p.m. Nigerian time at the Prince Moulay Abdullah Sports Complex in Rabat, Morocco. Only the top 4 teams advance to the playoffs in Kigali, with seeding determined by win-loss records and tie-break criteria, including point differential and head-to-head results. Mactown now face the prospect of an early exit unless they can produce a decisive response in their final group fixture holding later on tomorrow. Wish Mactown all the very best. Let's cross to the world of Formula 1, where McLaren's Lando Norris became the first driver to beat a Mercedes in qualifying this year with sprint pole at the Miami Grand Prix. The world champion beat Kim Antonelli by 0.222 seconds, with the second McLaren of Oscar Piastri 3rd fastest. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc was 4th ahead of Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Mercedes' George Russell. Lewis Hamilton was 7th in the second Ferrari ahead of Argentina Franco Colapinto in the Alpine. McLaren brought a major upgrade package to this race, along with most other things, but not Mercedes. McLaren did the same thing in Miami in 2024, and it turned Norris' season around us. Well, Saturday's sprint holds at 5 o'clock, with qualifying for Sunday's Grand Prix holding later on at 9 p.m. tonight. All right, let's check out what to expect across Europe this weekend from the Premier League. Yesterday, Leeds defeated Burnley 3-1, and today more games will be played. Brentford will take on West Ham United, Newcastle will take on Brighton, Wolverhampton Wanderers will take on Sunderland, while Arsenal will go head-to-head with their neighbours. That's Fulham. It's a London derby. Tomorrow, it's Bournemouth taking on Crystal Palace, Manchester United will take on Liverpool, Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea will take on Nottingham Forest. That's on Monday, and also on Monday it's Everton versus Manchester City. Well, from the Premier League, taking a look at what the table looks like at the moment, Arsenal still top the pack. After 34 round of matches, they've got 73 points. Manchester City, after 33 round of matches, yes, they played one game less. They've got 70 points. United, they are third at the moment. Liverpool fourth. Aston Villa fifth. Brighton sixth. Bournemouth seventh. Chelsea eighth. Brentford ninth. Fulham rather, they are 10th on the table. Everton, Sunderland, Crystal Palace, Leeds, Newcastle, Nottingham, West Ham, are also right in the mix. Tottenham, they're fighting for survival. Burnley and Wolverhampton Wanderers already confirmed relegated to the English Championship. Well, let's cross to the Spanish La Liga and check out what the Spanish League has for us this very weekend. Well, today it's Villarreal taking on Levante, Valencia versus Atletico Madrid, Alaves will take on Athletic Bilbao, or Osasuna will take on Barcelona in the last game of the day. Tomorrow, it's Celta Vigo versus Elche, Getafe versus Vallecano, Betis versus Oviedo, and Espanyol will take on Real Madrid in the last game tomorrow. And on Monday, it is Sevilla taking on Real Sociedad. And yesterday in the Spanish La Liga, Girona lost at home to Mallorca by a single goal. And of course, in Spain, after 33 rounds of matches, Barcelona topped the pack with 85 points, followed by Real Madrid with 74 points, Villarreal with 65 points, Atletico Madrid with 60 points, Betis with 50 points, and Getafe with 44 points. They make the top 6 in the Spanish La Liga. Well, from Spain, let's cross over to the land of the Azuris, that's the Italian Serie A, where we will draw the curtain this morning. Of course, don't forget that we will be back. We'll be on TV at 9 a.m. today. BCS Television for more. Of course, today the Italian Serie A is Udinese taking on Torino, Como versus Napoli, Atlanta versus Genoa. That's the size of the show this morning. Of course, Sporting Beat returns on Monday, same time, same station. Till then, have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your football.